Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I thought I would do a makeup look inspired by models, and this is for mainly models that are going on castings. So a very simple natural makeup look that's going to play on your best and favourite features on your face. So I've been loving watching loads of Vogue videos. They do tutorials with people the likes of Gigi Hadid and Olivia Colpo and people like that, and I absolutely love watching them, and I thought I would just recreate my own version. So I'm just gonna get my Nars Custard Creamy Concealer Pot, and I use them as my eyeshadow base. So I'm just gonna pop this on my eyes, and it's not really thick or drying, it still covers up your veins or any redness. Then taking the tiniest bit of powder, this is the Too Faced Born This Way powder, I'm just gonna pop the tiniest amount on my eyes just to kind of set that where my eyes naturally crease. I think this product is worth mentioning. This is an Estee Light Moisturizer. I actually got recommended this by Lauder on an online consultation a few months back, and ever since I have literally used it non-stop religiously every morning and every night. The only downfall is it smells like tequila. Ew. Me and tequila, we don't have very good memories. So it does tickle my gag reflex a little bit, but it is worth it, and I've got used to the smell. Now we still want skin to look like skin, but we also want to add a little bit of coverage, and we just want to make our skin look as perfect as it can be naturally. I say naturally, but I'm going to be using 3 products today. For my skin to look glowy and dewy and just the best it can look. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my Laura Geller Tinted Spackle Under Makeup Primer in the shade Champagne, and I'm going to put like a pea-sized amount in the palm of my hand, rub this into my face. Now this is going to give you a slick, like wet feeling on your face, and some people get really scared about this, but actually it's probably the best thing to apply makeup on top. And then I'm going to be using my Hollywood Flawless filter in the shade 5. I really need to get the 4.5, I think, because this one is slightly too dark for me. But I just absolutely love the glow that it gives on my skin, and anyone I speak to absolutely loves this stuff. I always think Charlotte Tilbury is just absolutely incredible at base products. My favourite brush to blend this in with is the Zoeva 104 Buffer brush. See, it's just added a glow to my face and made my skin just look healthy. Then I've absolutely been loving this product at the moment. It's the Estee Lauder Double Wear Light in the shade Tawny, and it's such a light silky foundation. It's literally like a barely there like CC cream, and it's just so beautiful on the skin. Every time I've worn it, not that I see anybody, but on FaceTime people are always telling me that my skin looks super healthy and glowy, and like, what am I using? And it's this. I don't use a lot either. That's literally as much as I'll use, and I'll just do a dot on each cheek. Honestly, I just absolutely love it, and like, wait until we finish the makeup. You guys are gonna fall in love with this foundation. And now to spot conceal, I'm just gonna take a darker shade of the Nars concealer pot, and I'm just gonna spot conceal. I'm not gonna do all of them because I still, like I said, want my skin to look like skin, but I'm just gonna do the big ones that are prominent. I have the coldest hands in the world, so I'm not gonna give you some BS about having hot hands. If I need to use my fingers and I want them warm, I'll literally just warm them up on a cup of tea. I used to do that when I was freelancing. I used to ask for a tea, not to drink. Well, I used to drink it, but it was cold by the time I drank it. Just to warm up my fingers. Now I'm going to colour correct underneath my eyes and put on a bit of concealer. I am Mediterranean, and I was also anemic for like 2 years of my life, and I had the worst under eye bags. They are getting better, but they are still very, very prominent. I think it's just my heritage, and I'm literally the palest I've ever been in years. And being in lockdown, I just don't have a tan. Like, my Greek relatives wouldn't even recognise me if they saw me. Because I am the paler side of my tan, I'm going to take the shade number 2 from Charlotte Tilbury, which is the colour corrector for underneath my eyes. And I'm going to take the tiniest amount and put it on. And that will just take the darkness away. So I'm taking my Nars Creamy Concealers, and I'm in the shade Custard and Ginger, and I will mix these together. And I'm just going to pop a little bit in the middle here, on the outer corner. So recently I've been using this contour. This is a dupe for like Tom Ford contours. Danessa Myricks Beauty. I absolutely love it. I used the shade medium 1 and it is just so beautiful on the skin. I use my foundation brush because I don't want any harshness, and I just pat this on where I would normally bronze. Very light on the skin, like it's not thick or heavy, and it's got like a natural glow to it. I'm going to also pop some of this over my eyelids, and this will basically act as our eyeshadow colour. Because it's the same bronzer, because it's the contour, it kind of just gives you like a monochromatic natural look to the face, and because it's cream it still mimics skin like and isn't powdery, because eyeshadows can sometimes look a bit too drying on the eyelids, so I do prefer this. And recently how I like to contour my nose is I literally just whack bronzer or contour just kind of like everywhere over my nose, and I use the concealer to clean up the contour and create that like contour or contoured effect. I'm trying to time myself when I do videos so I don't take too long filming, because honestly I'll be filming for like 3 hours. Then I'm taking the Alia Cosmetics. She's a fellow content creator. And what I'm going to do is just draw like a really thin line down my nose and then a little bit on my tip. And then we have it. We have like a contoured nose, and we actually haven't really contoured. It's just so much easier. I'm going to take the e.l.f. This is the Putty Blush. I don't know what shade it is. I'm sorry. Because it literally doesn't have the names on it, but I will link what I think it is in the description box below. I work in a triangle whenever I do my blusher because I want it to be lifted, but I don't like covering up the start of my cheekbone because I've got a longer face, and if you do that you'll make your face look longer. So I prefer working in a triangle, so I go like up towards the outer corner of the eye and then I bring it down towards the back of the cheekbone. So I always put it down at the front and then put it down at the back, but go up here. And I feel like it's more flattering on my face. I'm just going to add the tiniest bit of powder underneath my eyes to set it all in place. Again, just using the Too Faced one. So now onto the eyebrows, and keeping in theme with the model brows, I'm going to do like feathery brows. Even though I don't necessarily think they particularly suit me, it's just personal preference. But yeah, we're going to do it anyway. So taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze, and I'm using her Brow Wiz comb on the end because it's really small. Get yourself like a small brow comb. You don't want like the ones on the end of her eyebrow brushes, because look how thick that is. You want to get a smaller one because it will get all the hairs and it will just make your life easier. So I'm just rolling a little bit of that Brow Freeze on the back of my hand, the smallest amount, and then I'm just going to feather my brows up with it. Then I'm going to use the brow like container, and I'm just going to stick them down, literally just like rolling the hairs down. So they need a little bit of filling in, but that is what they look like with the Brow Freeze in them. Then I'm taking my NYX Professional Makeup. This is the Brow Tint Pen in the shade Ash Brown. And I'm going to basically copy and paste the hairs next to it. I'm just going to follow what the hairs are actually doing. And when you're choosing an eyebrow pen, always choose a shade lighter than your actual hair, because the density will make your brows look darker, and you don't want a darker pen because again it will make it look way darker than it actually is. So this is like 2 shades lighter than my brow hairs. So just take any dark or even light brown eyeshadow. I'm going to go for dark but apply it really lightly, and I'm taking this on like, I think it's a precision shader brush from Zoeva. I'll link something similar down below. I'm going to take off all the excess on the back of my hand, and I'm just going to shade the outer corner, just like a smoky outer corner winged liner, and then use my finger to just like blend it in. You see how it's giving my eye a little bit of shape without looking like I've got loads of makeup on, and there's no harsh liner. so it keeps it all natural and neutral. And then the same, I'm going to just pop a little bit on the inner corner of my eye. And again, this will give me a bit more of a cat eye. I feel like that's the one thing about models, they always have insane eyes. And since I received this in PR, this is the Lancome Idol mascara. I've been using this non-stop, and I love how like the wand is curved, but it's got loads of spikes on because it really separates your eyelashes. And remember to like blink when you apply the wand to your lashes, because that will really give them that curl and lift. And I'm not going to put any mascara on my bottom lashes just because I think it keeps everything looking a little bit more natural and neutral. I'm just going to take the Backstage Love Morphe liner. This is a little bit more pinkier than my lip, but I'm going to smudge it in and it looks pretty natural. And then I'm going to smudge it in with my finger. And I'm not going to overline massively, I'm literally just going to draw around my natural lips. Then taking the Nars Balm. I normally like Orgasm, but I'm feeling Torrid today because I'm feeling peachy and a bit summery. And that will add a little bit of hydration and a tiniest little bit of colour to your lips. Right guys, that's it for this model inspired everyday makeup look. I know this is a natural glam and there were a lot of steps to achieve this natural glam, but honestly, like, natural glam is a lot harder to do than like a full glam. Talking as an ex-makeup artist, wedding makeup was the hardest. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Let me know in the comment sections below if you have tried this makeup look out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye! This is your reminder to drink some water if you haven't today. This is all I've drank today, and it's now like 2 p.m. Naughty. This is so squeaky.